I just have to unsubscribe to your alpha channel. I just always click it too many times.
All right, we're live. Hey, what's going on, CoinOpTV subscribers? Robert Welken here. Going to talk about some LEGO Dimensions news, specifically Supergirl, who was announced this week during Gamescom for the PlayStation 4 starter kit. And I have my man Dan here. Welcome, Dan, to the live stream. Disney Dan, good to see you, sir.
What's up, guys? What's up, Rob? Always an absolute pleasure to be here with you.
So I'm doing something completely new today. New software, new messing around, technical humps inbound, and we'll see what happens, how this thing goes. But I got some images here of old Supergirl. So I do not watch the show Supergirl on the CW or whatever network it is currently on, but I know there's hype for Supergirl. Dan, do you have Supergirl hype?
I do. I have Supergirl hype. I'm a big. While I'm not a huge fan of the show, I haven't, but not because I want to be not to be a huge fan of the show. It's just I haven't had the opportunity to watch it yet. I'm a massive fan of The Flash, huge fan of Green Arrow, and so Supergirl's on my list, so I'm really looking forward to seeing it, because I hear really really great things. But I don't really think that this Supergirl isn't the Supergirl from TV, so I don't think it's fair to make the comparisons. You know what I mean?
Let me get to I got the press release here. Let me show you the starter kit. So I'm showing the starter kit announces Warner Brothers revealed today at Gamescom that starting in late September 2016, LEGO Dimensions starter pack for the Sony PlayStation 4. So it's a Sony PlayStation 4 starter kit, timed exclusive until March of 2017. Supergirl minifigure, highly collectible Supergirl, has the ability to solve puzzles, battle enemies, including super strength, flying X-ray vision, beam attacks, and more. So that's the big dilemma, I guess, Dan, is that we get, first of all, we're getting another starter kit, and that's something we didn't really expect to see. What are your thoughts on getting a second starter kit?
Well, yeah, it's a little bit of a bummer, but here's the positive spin I'm trying to put on it, is that Christmas is coming. Everybody's got lots of friends that have gaming systems that don't play the game. I'm sure that between now and Christmas, between the release date and Christmas, there's going to be some killer sale, probably at Black Friday, where the starter pack's going to be like $30 or something like that. Grab the starter pack. And at the very least, you could trade in the game to GameStop. You could sell the Lego pieces on eBay. You can give the starter pack as a gift, something like that. I don't think it will be all that difficult. And then on top of that, even if you don't want to do any of that, I'm sure that she's going to be popping up on eBay. And people, they see Green Arrow, he's on eBay, he's like $60, $70, and they get nervous. But there is going to be a massive... Everywhere that PlayStation 4 starter packs are going to be sold all around the world, wherever this is sold, she's going to be available. So you're going to find her. She's just going to be everywhere. So it's not going to be hard to get her if you really, really, really want her. But then on top of which, just wait until March. This is kind of the same thing that happened last year with Disney Infinity with Boba Fett and their Star Wars Saga pack and Boba Fett inside the Infinity. Boba Fett was a Sony exclusive. Now I know it's a little different because that was a whole new kind of version of the game, and this is like a starter pack. People are like, I don't need to rebuy the starter pack, but like eventually Boba Fett was available to everybody. So I say just give it some time. She doesn't really. The only thing that she's going to do for you, or Green Arrow is going to do, is give you access to DC's battle arenas. Other than that, she's more or less a year one character. So don't get too bent out of shape about not getting her, because you'll have your chance. Eventually, she'll come around.
All right, let's look at some. These are good points you make there, Dan. Let's look at some images here. So I've got the figure of Supergirl up there. Of course, she has the gold base. I mean, she'll be unlocking some the 4-player brawling scenarios there. What'd you think of the figure when you saw what she looked like?
I think it's great. I love when Lego gives us a reason to want a character instead of kind of like rehashing an existent minifig and just repackaging it. So she's got a new hairpiece that's unlike the other previously released Supergirl, which I think is kind of cool. And I think she's a great looking character. I love it. I love the characters with the capes. I think it's so cool. The first time I opened up the starter pack and I got Batman and Gandalf and they had the cape and like I had to like do like the fold and it's just so awesome. I love characters with like accessories. You know what I mean? I love when I get minifigures with stuff to like put on them or like suit them up with.
Yeah, I like the Aquaman's trident there was tons of fun as well. Here's another look at her in action flying. So we'll get to fly and get some superpowers, stuff like that. Let's see. And then we're also getting, here's some of her shooting out some laser beam stuff, kind of like a la Superman. And then I don't really know a whole lot of Supergirl in the comic and stuff with her Green Lantern stories, stuff like that. Is that something that you've been following? Apparently she was part of the Green Lantern Corps.
So the Red Lantern I believe it's hate or rage. Someone in the chat correct me. I should have just Googled this. I knew we were going to talk about this. I should have Googled it. But in the comics, she gets the power of the Red Ring and kind of goes berserk. And so she's kind of like the enemy to the Green Lanterns. And so this is a comic book deep cut. I mean, when you think Supergirl, you don't necessarily think Red Lantern Supergirl. So I am thrilled. I'm thrilled as a fan of the comics, and I'm thrilled for my friends who are fans of comic book DC to see this kind of stuff represented in video games. Because usually you just see like the polished Cartoon Networky cartoon versions of these characters, and the Red Lantern story is not a pretty, oh, she just kind of hit some people and she's a bad guy. So I'm really, really glad that they were able to pull that. And this is something that LEGO Dimensions does beautifully that like Infinity didn't do, is that they're not afraid to kind of like pull in some of the more adult themes for certain characters. And I think that's why it pulls in some of the more adult audience, so I think it's really cool.
Yes, I do like the deep cuts aspects of things here. I got another picture and some of her info from there. The press release says here she can also transform into Supergirl Red Lantern with additional abilities such as firing powerful Red Lantern energy bolts, energy beams from the Red Lantern ring, and forming Red Lantern energy constructs. So that's a nice little
so
bonus
lantern constructs are essentially whatever they make out of the ring. So I'm personally a big Green Lantern fan. And so he's one of my favorite DC characters. And so the Lantern constructs. So this gives me a little bit of hope that we might maybe see a Green Lantern character, like maybe a fun pack or something like that. Maybe perhaps with the Lego Batman movie. I'm not sure. But I'm excited. It gives me a little bit of hope because I would love to see the Green Lantern in the game for sure. So I think it's kind of cool. But I think what a lot of people need to realize is that there's nothing that she can do that none of the other characters can do in terms of ability wise, other than Lantern Construct. And they're not even that's not even like confirmed that really even does anything beyond just being a cool way for her to shoot laser, because it pretty much takes all of her abilities as regular Supergirl, and so when she turns to Red Lantern Supergirl, instead of her shooting lasers out of her eyes, they're shot out of her ring. So I mean, she's really cool. She's really cool in game. You can see some video of her because people hacked her way earlier in the summer, and you can see some video of her on my channel, your channel, with the trailer that they released. But I don't think that it's anything that we need to panic about right now, because she's not going to lock us out of any. I doubt there's going to be any gold bricks in year 2 that we're going to need her to get. And if there is, they've already announced that they're going to release hire. She's going to be available in Hire a Hero. So I think it's kind of cool.
Yeah, that's the thing to point out is if you don't have PlayStation 4, you're not going to rebuy the bundle. You can get her as a Hire Hero or in March of 2017. So that's kind of the news there. Let me show you. I got one more picture here to share. Excited about old Supergirl. And then before we go, we're gonna make this a short little stream here. It's kind of experiment, messing around. I see some people in chat. Shout outs to you guys. We got a big sale going on at Best Buy. Do you want to give a little taste to the Lego Dimension peeps?
Yeah. This is exciting. Now they've said up to 70% off, so we don't know what's going to be 70% off. But starting tomorrow, or essentially midnight tonight, I believe, East Coast time, their sale's going to go live. It's a 50-hour long sale. and they have advertised that it's going to be up to 70% off of Toys to Life stuff. And I think that this is, Rob, you know what I'm talking about when I say this. This is one of those shelf clearing sales. You know what I mean? Because the next wave of stuff's coming in. It's time to get the previous year stuff off the shelf. We see it every summer that the sales start getting better and better and better because they need to, because stores have less and less shelf space, so they need that room for year 2 Dimension stuff. And what's the new Skylanders? Imaginators or something like that.
Skylanders Imaginators.
Is it Imaginators? Was I right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice. So this is a shelf clearing sale, if there ever was one. But earlier this week they had 40% off at Target and Amazon on pre-orders for year 2. That went away, but even Target right now has some fun packs that are like $3. So I mean, go to brickstolife.com/deals. You'll find out all this information, of course. But yeah, so keep an eye out. Check back brickstolife.com, and because we'll post what all the deals are. But it's going to be awesome. I'm super excited to see what kind of. I'll stock up a good pile of stuff to give away for you guys. I promise.
Awesome. Well, Dan, thanks for joining me, talking about some Lego Dimensions Supergirl news as well. So, on the live stream here, sorry I didn't get to a whole lot of chat and stuff like that. I'm kind of messing around with the little new interface and trying things out, testing the waters on some new software. But leave some comments and leave some comments in the comments there. Dan, thanks a bunch. I'll put your info in the description there so people can check you out.
Yep. Come visit us over at brickstolife.com. The pre-order for Supergirl is already up on Amazon. So if you really want the new starter pack, PS4 starter pack, it's on Amazon. It's like $89. It's $89. It's the full price, again. But again, just hold tight. There's going to be sales, and I strongly believe that like over the summer, this next summer, we're going to see some kind of new version of like Team Pack Light that features, Supergirl and Green Arrow in there, just the two figures. I'm sure that you're going to be able to buy these characters eventually. I know that Lego collectors out there, this game doesn't just involve players, it also involves collectors. So I'm sure that Lego will do what they can, and we'll share some sneaky ways to get your hands on it as well. Sneaky legal ways. Don't steal. But thanks, Rob, for including me on your live streams. I always enjoy it.
Oh, yes.
Thank you, guys.
And yes, thanks for putting up with some testing earlier and stuff. We'll see how this goes. Thanks a bunch of CoinOpTV subscribers. We'll see you guys in the next live stream or video. Adios.
Bye, guys. Thanks for watching.